When a blue Skoda Superb smashed into a quiet McDonald's in Burton Latimer on Friday afternoon, nobody expected it to lead straight to murder. But within hours, police stormed a home just a few streets away, and what they found changed everything. On the afternoon of Friday, the 13th, officers rushed to a semi-detached house on Donington Road, just streets from the crash site, and there they discovered the body of Isobella Izzy Knight, aged 32. A preliminary post-mortem conducted at Leicester Royal Infirmary the following day revealed she had suffered fatal pressure to the neck, suggesting she was strangled. Detectives from the East Midlands Special Operations Unit immediately launched a full murder inquiry, while forensic teams swarmed the home, marking the beginning of a rapid, high-stakes investigation. Isobella, known to all as Izzy, was a 32-year-old daughter, sister, and mother described by family liaison officers as much loved. She lived in the tight-knit community of Burton Latimer, and her sudden, tragic death has left her loved ones devastated. Formally identified at Leicester Royal Infirmary on Monday, the 16th of June, Izzy's loss has hit hard. Her family is being supported by specially trained officers, and within days they plan to release a tribute celebrating her life amora. Everywhere she went, Izzy was remembered for her warmth and strength, making this heartbreaking ending feel all the more personal and heartbreaking. Introducing Paul Knight, aged 35, a resident of Donington Road just steps away from where Izzy was tragically found. He was arrested on Friday afternoon, shortly after the crash at McDonald's, following what the police describe as a rapid chain of events. Charged that same day, Paul appeared at Northampton Magistrates Court on Monday, the 16th of June, officially facing a murder charge. He has since been remanded in custody and is scheduled to appear at the Crown Court on Wednesday, the 18th of June. Police confirmed that Paul remains the only person in custody and there are no other suspects under investigation. His arrest so soon after the crash and discovery of Izzy connects him directly to both events, and now the spotlight is entirely on him. A preliminary post-mortem conducted on Saturday, 14th of June, by pathologists at Leicester Royal Infirmary, confirmed the cause of death was applied pressure to the neck, a clear indicator of strangulation. This shifts the story from a potential accident to a deliberate act of violence. There were no injuries consistent with a break-in, suggesting the killer entered or was already inside the home. This chilling detail makes it impossible to view the tragedy as anything but intentional. It deepens the mystery: who would do this and why? It also sets the stage for an intense police hunt and community shock, raising urgent questions about motive and opportunity. On Monday, the 16th of June, Paul Knight made his first court appearance at Northampton Magistrates Court, where he was formally charged with murder and remanded in custody, no bail granted. The gravity of the charge meant the case was automatically sent up to Northampton Crown Court. His next appearance is scheduled for Wednesday, the 18th of June, when he'll face the Crown Court judge for the first time. This move signals the seriousness of the case and sets the legal clock ticking. For now, Paul remains the only person in custody, and no one else is being treated as a suspect. This is a one-man prosecution, but with many unanswered questions. On Monday, the 16th of June, Paul Knight was brought before Northampton Magistrates Court in custody. In a short but tense hearing, he was formally charged with the murder of Isobella Izzy Knight. The court heard that investigators had gathered sufficient evidence to warrant a remand, and as a result, after a brief consultation, the magistrate ruled no bail, citing both public safety and the seriousness of the offense. During that same hearing, the prosecution outlined the key facts: the crash at the McDonald's car park, the discovery of Izzy's body just a few streets away, and the post-mortem findings pointing to strangulation. defense team had minimal presence, focusing instead on preparing for the more significant next step, the Crown Court. With the matter deemed too grave for magistrates' court to settle, the case was formally committed to Northampton Crown Court for trial preparation. The courtroom atmosphere was reportedly hushed, heavy with tension reflecting the tragic nature of the allegations. Next court date: Wednesday, the 18th of June, when Paul will appear before the Crown Court judge. This hearing isn't about proving guilt, it's the first big milestone. Plea entry, setting trial dates, and discussions over legal reporting restrictions. As of now, Paul Knight remains the only suspect. No evidence of wider conspiracy or other arrests. The Crown Court hearing will shape the legal path forward, including whether Izzy's family will give victim impact statements or how the defense will frame the argument. This legal phase marks a shift from investigation to judicial process, and your viewers need to know. In just a few days, the case could escalate dramatically. Almost immediately after the body was found, detectives from the East Midlands Special Operations Unit launched a fast-paced murder investigation. Led by Detective Inspector Tory Harrison, they confirmed that this incident was isolated, meaning the public wasn't at risk, but they still needed the town's help. Forensics crews were deployed to both the McDonald's crash site and the Donington Road home, meticulously checking for CCTV, smart doorbell footage, and dash cam recordings. The police urged residents, if you saw anything on Friday afternoon or have any footage, speak up. Meanwhile, enhanced police patrols have remained in place around Burton Latimer, both to reassure the community and to gather fresh tips. Neighbors report seeing uniformed officers and forensic experts throughout the weekend. Detective Inspector Harrison extended a heartfelt condolence to Izzy's family, emphasizing the team's commitment to working at pace to secure justice for Izzy. This isn't a loose or protracted case, it's being treated with urgency, with a clear focus on digital evidence gathering, community cooperation, and swift legal progression. Despite the rapid arrest and formal charge, key questions remain unanswered. Most importantly, why? Izzy and Paul Knight were not known to police before, which rules out prior criminal links, but raises the question of whether they knew each other, and if so, what was their relationship. Police haven't disclosed any motive. Was this triggered by a domestic argument, a chance encounter, or something more sinister? The strangulation indicates aggression and intention, but nothing confirms premeditation, jealousy, or another catalyst. There's also the mystery of the McDonald's crash. Was it merely coincidental or an attempt to delay the police, destroy evidence, or create confusion? Investigators are scrutinizing CCTV and dash cam angles for answers. And crucially, were there any warning signs? Neighbors hearing a disturbance, doorbell cameras capturing visitors, or unusual activity earlier that day. These unanswered questions form the core of both the police inquiry and the ongoing investigation. Burton Latimer, a normally quiet market town, has been left shaken by the murder. Residents who are used to peaceful daily life suddenly found their streets filled with flashing lights, police tape, and forensic tents. Neighbors expressed their shock and heartbreak, describing Izzy as a kind and friendly member of the community. Many left flowers, cards, and tributes near the scene, creating a growing memorial outside the house on Donington Road. Local leaders and police reassured the public that there is no ongoing threat, but the town remains on edge. The visible presence of police patrols and forensic teams over several days only deepened the community's sense of disbelief. For a town unaccustomed to violent crime, this case has left emotional scars that will take a long time to heal. This investigation is far from over. With court proceedings just beginning and many unanswered questions still hanging over Burton Latimer, more details are certain to emerge in the coming weeks. Police continue to appeal to anyone who may have seen or heard anything unusual around Donington Road or the McDonald's area on Friday the 13th. Even small details could help piece together the full story behind Izzy's tragic death. If you have any information, no matter how minor it may seem, contact the East Midlands Special Operations Unit or reach out to the authorities directly. For everyone following this heartbreaking case, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. As new updates come out from the Crown Court and the investigation unfolds, we'll keep bringing you the facts as they happen.